Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today at 12:30 is our debate for the School of Arts and Social Sciences representative positions. So, just an introduction of our participants today. We have me, Sean Pan, the RO, and I'll be sort of presenting and holding the debate. We have my DRO, Alethea Goh, who is behind the scenes and mastering the stream. We have our office bearer, Sharifa Amina, who will be conducting part of the Q&A session today. And we have our candidates, Liam Lisu and Ariel Xia Bing Hui from Ignivitas. They are our only candidates, so they will be the only people that will be debating today. So, just a few reminders for the audience is to keep the comments respectful. No hate speech, no racial, homophobic remarks, things like that. And we also want to remind you that you can actually post a few questions in the comments, and there will be a part of the debate where we will present your comments to the candidates as well. So you are actually given the opportunity to be part of the debate. And now we can move on to the agenda just to make sure everyone's clear on what's happening. So first, we have the intro by Election Commission, which is what I'm doing now. After this, we will have the opening statements by the candidates, which will give them the time for them to introduce themselves, introduce their manifestos. We do not have other candidates today, so we will skip the Q&A cross-examination by candidates straight to Q&A by office bearer, which, like I said, is Amina. After that, any questions that we have by the audience will be introduced to the candidates, and that's where the Q&A by the audience comes in. I will be the one presenting them. And after that, we have closing statements by candidates. It will be their final words and their chance to make a last impression, and we will end with closing by EC. So, without further ado, we can move on to the opening statement by candidates, and I would like to pass it to Liam, Lisu, and Ariel Xia to blow you all away.
Hi everyone, I'm Xiaobing Hui. You can also call me Ariel. So I'm a year 1 Sem 2 student majoring in communications and digital media. So beside me is my partner, Liam Lisu. He's a year 3 Sem 2 student majoring in global studies and communications. We'd like to start by talking about our manifesto.
Okay, so firstly, our manifesto is inclusivity and transparency. As SAS representatives, we would like to ensure clear and transparent communications between both the students and the faculty. While we also want to prioritize creating an inclusive environment for our students to be heard, we would also want the students to be freely express themselves. Secondly, we will also want to focus on career development. We want to ensure SAS students have access to adequate resources that can assist them in better understanding their potential career options as SAS students. We would like to also allow them to gain career opportunities through career fairs that specifically target SAS students and career talks featuring successful speakers working in related fields.
So thanks, Liam. I'd like to continue with our third and fourth statement from our manifesto. So firstly, elevate the university experience. We believe that university is an important milestone in life where we grow and learn, and it should not just be centered around academics. So with that being said, we aim to create a fun and memorable experience for students by facilitating student engagement and bonding through events that cater to students' needs and interests. We are here to listen to students, being students ourselves, and serve you by creating events that will pique your interest. We aim to create an environment that you can escape from academic stress because at the end of the day, it is always important to have a work life balance. Lastly, I would like to talk about collaboration. We aim to collaborate with various clubs of SAS, as well as other schools, and create events that are inclusive of everyone. We wish to create a tighter and closer community within SAS itself, as well as Monash as a whole, where no one is left behind. Again, we would like to stress that we really appreciate diversity and inclusion, so that would be our main aim in everything we do. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. That was a very good introduction. With that done, I can pass it on to our office bearer, Amina, for any questions that she may have to our candidates today.
All right, thank you, Sean. So my first question is, what do you plan to bring to the School of Arts and Social Sciences during your term?
Thank you for your question. So, as I mentioned in our manifesto, we really appreciate inclusion and diversity. So, what we would like to bring to SES is we would like to create more events that cater to students' needs that and ensure that no one is left behind. So, that is our main aim in all the events that we're going to do. And also, we would like to be a bridge between the students and the school body to ensure communication is smooth between all parties. Yeah.
Okay, that brings me to my second question. Um, what ways do you think you can, what ways do you think you can improve School of Arts and Social Sciences compared to your predecessors, aka me and Naeem?
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
I think I can take that one. In terms of improving SAS compared to our predecessors, we would like to emphasize more organization and I guess more organized planning.
Communication.
Yeah. In being more organized and in being um, more involved in the planning process, we would like to better, I guess,
Create
prove
better
more events. Yeah,
communication.
create more better communication between everyone in the committee, and just to better make the committee planning more smooth.
Can you elaborate on the better part, the communication and organization part?
Okay, by doing so, we think that an event will only be successful if the planning is good. So we would like to emphasize more on that by having more dry runs before events to ensure the flow is good. And other than that, by being better in communicating, we would like to create more training for our subcommittees so that everyone will be able to know about each other's working styles in order to collaborate with one another better.
Okay, that brings me to my third question. Um, SAS is a small school. How do you plan to tackle the issue of low participation rate and engagement within the SAS community?
All right. We believe that by moving everything on campus, there will be more students coming. So we would use that to our advantage by creating more posters to like put around the campus. But other than that, we think an effective way is through word of mouth. So we would try to encourage our subcommittees to try to spread the word of our events to their friends so that everyone will know of our events and they will come, and also to create more engagement on our social media such as our Instagram or our WhatsApp groups so that students will be notified of our events. Yeah.
Okay. Um, as like the student representative's main concern should be the academic welfare of the SAS students. How do you plan to make it more efficient, the bridge more efficient from student relations and the management and faculty?
Um,
I can talk about communication and being a bridge, like better communication.
okay. So we believe that we want to be a bridge between the student and the school body. So
Communication is key.
yeah, so communication is key between both the students and the faculty. In doing so, better and more transparency will be initiated within these communication streams, and it'll be better for everyone.
Do you plan on having any activities or fairs for SAS students to get internships and jobs after they graduate?
So yeah,
Purpose.
as stated in our manifesto, we plan to hold career fairs for SAS students, specifically for SAS students, because even though Monash does hold career fairs, we would like to specifically make a career fair catered towards SAS students. So within these career fairs, we would also invite experts and experts in the field in order to better like show their experience within the field to the SAS students in order to better like I guess accommodate them
Yep.
within their fields. In doing so, SAS students can also get more exposure and explore potential career opportunities as SAS students as they graduate.
How would you resolve an issue regarding a certain unit that you feel that you were given feedback by a group of students that it was um, unsatisfactory?
Um, in answering that question, we would firstly emphasize understanding. So, firstly, we would understand why this unit was unsatisfactory according to the students, and in doing so, we would understand like the specific reasons why they would say so. And then, after understanding that, we would also go to the lecturers and basically get their perspective as well on what they think the unit was meant to do, what the purpose of the unit was, and in understanding these both, I guess, perspectives,
Can look forward to improve.
we could look specifically into what we could improve or what the faculty could improve as well. And I guess it all starts with understanding,
Yeah.
understanding the situation and understanding the different perspectives.
Okay, thank you, Ariel and Liam. Sean, I have no further questions.
Thank you, Amina.
All right. Thank you, Amina. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us in this debate. Now, we'd like to open the floor up to the audience in our YouTube stream for any comments or questions that you may like to ask Ariel and Liam for anything that you might want them to clarify about their manifesto. But as I see here, there are no comments so far. So I will provide maybe 10 minutes. There's one here. Alethea, could you spotlight that one? Okay. RSH1, brush one, asks, can you both elaborate a bit more about the benefits for students as a result of your career fair?
Um, um, in organizing a career fair specifically for SAS students, the benefits that this career fair is going to have on SAS students is basically they're going to be exposed to more companies and more uh,
Which career opportunity?
career opportunities catered towards their majors. In doing so, it allows them to be better prepared for their future after they graduate.
Clearer guidelines.
Yeah. Um,
By adding on to what Liam just mentioned, we feel that because of the lack of career fairs targeting SAS students don't really get the opportunity to kind of explore what they can do with their majors. So by doing so, as students ourselves, we think that students can benefit from it as they are more exposed and they can, and also we mentioned about inviting experts in the field to come for like career talks. So by doing so, they can interact with students and students are able to ask them questions about anything related, and this will clear up a lot of confusion for students. Yep.
Thank you for your answer, Liam and Ariel. Do we have any other questions, Alethea? All right, Chi Min Hao asks, in your election guide, both of you have collectively stated that your new feedback platform aims to ask more specific and focused questions. Continued. Given that there are countless attempts to do so previously by a lot of other departments, how can you ensure that both of your proposed feedback platforms can be the example? Continued. Compared to all previous forms in terms of effectiveness. So just to repeat the question, Minhao asks, in your election guide, both of you have collectively stated that your new feedback platform aims to ask more specific and focused questions. Given that there are countless attempts to do so previously by a lot of departments, how can you ensure that both of your proposed feedback platforms can be the example compared to all previous forms in terms of effectiveness?
Um, in ensuring our new feedback forms will be more effective than our predecessors, we'd firstly like to
Be more specific.
be okay. So firstly, would be talking to the students and be talking to our staff students and asking them what what will make them actually answer these feedback forms and what will be better for them, what will allow them to be more truthful or transparent with their feedback to the faculty. We'd also like to organize more physical feedback sessions where we would get into a room or get into an auditorium and basically talk specifically with these students on their feedback towards the university, towards the faculty, towards the committee. In doing so, and in being in a physical room with them and asking them for the feedback, it just makes it easier for them to articulate what they want from us and what they want from the university. Um,
Okay, thank you, Ariel and Liam. We do have another question by Cheryl Then. She asks, can you elaborate more on how would you promote diversity and inclusion?
um, Firstly, we would like to promote diversity and inclusion through our events. In understanding the different LGBTQ struggles and the struggles of international students in Malaysia, we would like to organize events that cater towards their experiences and basically allow them to also share their stories, um, both through our events and also through our publicity. Um, both of us are also from East Malaysia, so we understand like the hardships that coming to KL, coming to this new place
Yep.
is it's not foreign to us. So in understanding this, we would also like to create more bonds between the SAS students with these, I guess, foreign feelings that we're having.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. We also have another question, also by Chi Min Hao. Alethea, do you have that spotlight? Okay, so Min Hao asks, both of you have also mentioned about providing more dry runs. Given that there are very limited venues being used by multiple parties, hmm, how would you respond in the case where frequent dry runs are just aren't available?
Hi, thank you for the question. So, to answer a question, I believe that there are online platforms that are available for us to be able to have meetings regarding our dry runs. Like it isn't necessarily have to be physical if the venue is occupied. And I believe that by having a clear flow in our planning, it will be easier and more effective even if there are no physical dry runs, because I believe that on the day of the event itself, we can always come earlier to set up and also have a quick dry run, because at the back of our mind, we already know about the flow of the event through very careful planning. Yeah, that would be all.
Thank you, guys. Do you have any other questions, Alethea? Oh, another one by Min Hao, very inquisitive. So he asks, following up from your response on feedbacks, in the case where students demand of something to be changed, but it is not possible for the management to do so, how do you respond?
Um, in facing these circumstances, we would try our hardest to find a middle ground between both the faculty and their um, demands and the
The
demands of the
students.
students. You understand?
In communication.
Yeah. We believe that communication is the forefront of these in order to solve these situations. And being SAS representatives, we would like to um, champion communication between both the faculty and the students.
All right. It doesn't seem like we have any other questions, so why don't we give the audience maybe 2 minutes or so to ask any further questions if they decide to come up with anything. And after that, our debate today was a little bit short, so we can open the floor to anyone else in the debate right now if they have any other questions or last words to say. And then after that, we can move on to closing. Ah, Alethea, there's a question from the audience. Okay, so Amber asks if you can talk more about what events you are planning to run.
Um, yes, we can. Firstly, we would like to. Um, uh,
Okay. Okay, thank you for the question. So the event that we have in mind is actually um, collaborative mingle nights between schools, because by doing so, we believe that we will be able to create a tighter and closer community between students of all schools. And other than that, we are also planning to have larger scale events like bazaars and also inter-school competitions for students to bond with one another wi- without the boundaries of like being in one school. Like we would like to create an environment for school students from all schools of Monash to bond together. Yeah. Anything?
yeah, we have other events as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
We would also like to hold inter-school competitions. This could be sports competitions, dance competitions, whatever. In doing so, it'll also uh,
Yes.
create this like camaraderie between the students of SAS and also other students from other schools. It'll also create more bonds between them. Um, yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. If we don't have any other further questions, and if no one else has anything else that they want to say, perhaps if you don't have anything else prepared for the debate, then we can move on to your closing statements.
All right. Thank you for your questions, everyone. As students ourselves, we understand that being in a university is an important milestone in life, and we aim to make the best out of it for everyone. We strive to break the stereotype where your university life should be centered on your academics. Instead, we believe in a healthy work and uh, fun, and we aim to achieve this by organizing interesting events where you can interact and bond with your fellow peers. With that being said, creating a safe and inclusive environment will be our utmost priority. With our additional mutual experience in being part of the SAS subcommittee this semester, we are also well equipped with the knowledge and understanding of the inner workings of being part of the SAS subcommittee and what it takes to be effective. Thank you so much, everyone, again for being here and listening to us. In voting for us, we assure you that we will put 100% of our effort into deserving your vote and your trust as yours as representatives. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. Just closing by EC, thank you everyone for participating. This was the debate for the School of Arts and Social Sciences representatives. Candidates Liam Lisu and Ariel Siabing Hui, and the office bearer Sharifa Aminah. Our next debate is for the School of Medicine and Health Sciences, so do tune in later for candidate Kelvina Hung from Ignovitas as well. We also do have a few platforms for you to check out any updates, such as Discord, MUSA Instagram, and the MUSA website. And our election guide has just been recently released yesterday, so please do check it out as well. With that, I think we can close off with today's debate. It has been a little bit short because we only have one candidate today. But for the other debates, I promise it will be a little bit longer. So do tune in then. Thank you, everyone.